Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. Today, not much is going on. I should be getting an order this week, so that would be fun, but I probably won't have it before this vlog goes up, but it'll be in the next one, and I'll do a swatch video for it because it's gonna be a really cool order. It's gonna be all or most of the Glitterbels loose glitters, so I'm super excited for that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna pick out some colors. Whoops, I'm gonna pick out some colors. Oh, I am a fancy curtain to be able to do a tutorial for you guys in this vlog. I just wanted to like touch on one. I thought it would be fun. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to use. I think I'm going to use my Acrylic inks because I had said in a previous vlog that I was struggling to use them a little bit and wanted to touch on that again because I feel like I just didn't give them a fair chance. So I'm going to use the Acrylic inks, and I don't know what the color scheme is going to be yet. I'm really liking the pinks right now and the muted stuff, so I might stick with that. I had done a set previously with those. I can pop a picture of it, but I really like that look, like that monotone pink look right now. It would also be cute with blue, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see. I'm gonna look through my like inspo pictures. I have a album of inspo pictures on Instagram, so I'm gonna look through those and see what I can find that might spark a little interest. So that might be the next footage that you see.
I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, cause you got me holding, holding.
Okay, I've decided what design I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give blue quartz a try. So we've seen lots of pink quartz and we've seen like the jade, but I actually Googled blue quartz and it's a thing because I did not know it was a thing. So I'm gonna give it a whirl. I'm trying to decide what I want to use. So I know I'm gonna dig out my ice white and my blue ice, and I think I'm going to use, you know, here I was talking about how I really wanted to do something pink, but this just icy blue just kind of grabbed me. I think I'm gonna base it around some sky blue, and I might use just a dab of blue velvet, like literally a dab, because it's really dark. So that's those four. I think that's gonna be it. I really want to do something with graffiti going forward, like maybe graffiti and dragon fruit. Not sure. I did my Glitterbels order last night, and I was gonna order, like it was going to be an order of colors, and then I thought no, that I would just hold out a little bit because I haven't used all of these even yet, so I just wanted to have a chance to play around with them, and it had been a bit harder since coming back to be able to get the time to do tutorials for you guys. So anyhow, that's my story. So I think I don't know. There are some things in here. Let me maybe like a bit of the crushed, like, I don't know. I might leave it be just for a minute. I know that's hard to believe, but I might leave it be just for a minute and use these because I do have my blue ice. I'm gonna take a look at that and see. I might add a crush or a, like Prince Crush is awesome. Yeah, maybe Prince Crush. I think Saturn is a bit too big for what I want. Opal Crush doesn't have enough crush. Earth, maybe. Okay, see, this is where I get into trouble because I start like, oh yeah, let's do that, let's do that. Okay, I'm only doing one nail. That's 6 colors. All right, let's just get them all open and swatch them and see how I make out. Okay, so the Glitterbels Extra Long Clear Stiletto Tip is on the nail. We're just gonna do the one nail, so I chose a ring finger. So I've got those on. I may actually use that to prop my own hand up. There's a lot of noise right now. I'm not even sure if you can hear it, but there is a truck outside doing a little job. So if you're hearing, and the dryer's running, there's just a lot happening. I'm using my HEMA-free monomer and my Glitterbels number 8 brush, which you can purchase right now, monomer excluded, on the Nail Throne for 10% off using the code Liquid Chrome, so don't forget about that. Okay, Prince Crush, just take some swatches of this stuff. So Prince Crush. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so he's staying. So this is from the Iridescent series. This one's Earth. I don't think so. And I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Too big. Particles are just a little bit too big. So we're keeping Prince. I keep the little travel thing on that because this one is such a dark pigmented color. It's gonna look almost black here. That's okay. Goes nicely with Prince. I'll leave the covers right off. I'm only gonna be using a touch of that anyhow because it is super dark. Okay, I'm having a blank. What is this called? Sky Blue. Yep, that is exactly what I wanted. I love it when they all come together. What else do I have? So I have Ice White, which already has a little bit of blue in it. Not from the manufacturer. That's more from me. Anyhow, that is exactly what I wanted because although I'm sure you can't really see it, oh, it just has that icy, well, obviously, right? Yep, it's perfect. Okay, what else did I have here? Oh, I had blue ice, speaking of all this ice. Yeah, okay, so I said no to Earth. I don't know why I keep throwing my brush, I'm sorry. I said no to Earth because it was going to be too chunky. This one is also equally as chunky, but it's the perfect color. So I am going to leave it out. I'm going to work with it. I'm also going to get my glass slippers, which is the clear, and I'm gonna get started. So I'm doing this kind of blind, which is my favorite way to actually do nail art. I prefer to come into things a bit blind. I feel like I do a better job. I second guess myself less when I go in blind. Sounds funny, I don't know, maybe you're the same way. Let me know down below. I think it's kind of interesting. Okay, so I have my glass slippers out. I thought about snipping the end off of that. Maybe not, maybe I'll leave it. I'm gonna reposition the camera and then I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna start by laying down some blue ice. To give it a little bit of depth. And I'm going to drag a little bit of the sky blue in through that and just push it up into the cuticle. especially down here where you're still into the nail. Lay down some more, and then a little bit, very little bit of the blue velvet and drag it up through. My goal right now is masking that line. Anything from here can be left a little bit clear if it needs to be for this layer. Into my blue, into my white, then with a wet brush, a little bit more white. And a marble situation from there. When you look at a piece of nail art like this, don't ever think it's too hard. It doesn't matter if you do acrylic or if you do gel and you're trying to achieve this look. You can achieve this look with both mediums, absolutely can. It's all layers. It is all in the layers. Don't ever think that it's above what you're doing. So then I'm coming in again with my clear and a little bit of the velvet. So a little bit of the darker color, because as much as I didn't think I was gonna use very much of that, I'm really quite enjoying it. And then I'm gonna come with my clear and just a dab of my white, and I'm gonna come behind that. So it's still all about the layers. And you're covering over a layer of that blue ice, and that's okay. That's all right. It's there so that you can layer it. Don't worry about covering it. I am absolutely freaking loving the way this is turning out. So I'm into my clear and a little bit into my white again, and I'm coming over here because it's all about the layers, bringing it up and then feathering it down. And feathering it up. A whole lot of blending, a whole lot of feathering. Oh my goodness, it's freaking adorable. I love it. So a little bit more clear, a little bit more white, and by a little bit I mean just a teeny tiny bead, because I want to come in here and I want to sort out this dark blue a little bit. I don't want it to go away. I just want to dampen it a little. Love it. Oh my goodness. Do you ever do nail art and you're like singing, you just love it so much? So yeah, don't think it can't be done with a different medium. I could just as easily come back through with gel polish and make the same type of look. Maybe I'll show you that next week. Maybe we'll talk a bit about that. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so I'm gonna come in with some clear again, and I'm going to double dip into my lighter blue color. So that brings a little bit more of that lighter blue color front and center, which I'm loving. And this nail still isn't getting thick because just using little bits, little pieces, just a little bit more of that blue with the glitter in it. A little bit more up at the cuticle. I love how it kind of brings a green element into it. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give this a second to dry up just a little bit. Looking a little dark in the camera. I'm hoping in editing we can brighten this up. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna start putting some covers back on. While that dries a little bit, it's not necessary for you to allow it to dry, but I don't want to, because I put some of that, gosh, honestly, my memory, blue ice on quite dry because I kind of dabbed it after. I didn't want it to move when I lay my brush down. Time to come in with my clear. Super pumped about seeing what this looks like at the end. So I'm gonna take a nice big bead of clear, drain out the back of it, lay it down. This is a full extra long stiletto tip. So So it's crazy long, which is okay, but it means it's gonna take a little bit extra clear. Oh my goodness, I'm so in love with this nail. Now I wish I had done all 10. So you could call this a blue quartz, you could call this a blue marble, you can call this whatever the heck you want to call this. But I think it's a really great blue quartz. Super pumped with it, how it turned out. Okay. So I'm not quite done with it yet. I'm still going to do a little bit more design on it after I file it. I wish I was wearing this nail. I love it. I'm gonna try to zoom you in a little bit, take my brush out of the equation. Make sure that your brush is good and clean after you've been in and out of your different colors and your glitters. Sometimes a little piece will get stuck in there, so just make sure that you're using lots of liquid, wiping it out lots as you're using it and after you're done, just to make sure that everything is out of your brush. So a little bit of a tip for those of you that are working on, I know I'm working with a lot less stuff on my desk right now because of the cleanliness that's necessary. So when I bring out my powders, they all kind of, right, like they kind of move on their own. They're like little hockey pucks. They just kind of move around, and it's because of, you know, all the grit and the powder and things leak out. And, you know, some people don't work as messy as I do, but I am admittedly kind of a messy worker. So I have this that my cool friend got me. Oops. So it's really neat for like practicing and stuff, but it's also a really neat little pad that's non-slip. You can also use the pads for like your flat iron, like the heat resistant pads. They're kind of cute. Usually they're pink or whatever. You can get those as well. So that will keep, especially your monomer, like if you're trying to wipe your brush, like burp your brush off, a lot of times, like especially on the melamine kind of stuff, this is an IKEA desk, they'll move. So if you want to use it for your monomer, that's also a good idea. Sometimes I'll even set mine on a lint-free pad just to keep it from moving around too much. But so I'm gonna put this back in the drawer. I keep this right in the drawer with my colored powders because I feel like it's useful. The nail is filed and wiped clean. I have my Après white art ink and I have the Après blending fluid. So I'm going to take my ever ready shot glass and my blending fluid. I'm gonna make sure I have shaken this very well. I have given my Après white a really good shake. I'm using a kind of big brush here, but I think that's all right. It's a newer one that I've gotten. It's the Simply Simmons from Michaels. It is a filbert brush and it is a number 6. So let's bring this through. I had said I was going to try to use these a bit more because I hadn't used them much. Now, some of them I want to dilute more than others. I don't want a whole lot of it. I just want that depth. And I might even do this and then top coat a matte top coat. I think I will. So I blended that out a long ways and I wanted to. That's what I'm gonna do now is matte top coat. I'm gonna give that a second to evaporate and then I'm gonna matte top coat. I'm just using the Beamy Beauty Box UV matte top coat. So it is a tack-free top coat. I always wipe it regardless when I'm doing nail art on top. So just maybe keep that in mind. And I'm gonna get my stripey brush from the Selena Ride and Light Elegance collection. I'm gonna give it a good wipe because I was using it with like a heavier polish the other day. And sometimes I find when I'm using it with a heavier gel polish or gel paint, it gets a little, let's just say, bent out of shape. It gets a little bent out of shape. So I'm going to use this matte top coat. So I really hope you guys are enjoying this. If you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying having a little tutorial in the middle of a vlog, actually, timing wise, it's probably gonna take over the vlog, but if you enjoy that, let me know. I know that you guys do enjoy tutorials, but a lot of times when I post them separately, they don't get a lot of views. And a tutorial is a lot of editing. So if it's something you'd like to see in the middle of a vlog, let me know. Maybe it's easier to watch that way. When I'm done, I will be using the Glitterbels No Wipe Top Coat. I'm going to be using my Lack It White. I like this white for drawing, so I'm going to dab out a little bit of that. And I'm not even gonna use my tile. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the side of the bottle. I'm guilty of that quite often. It's probably not a good habit, but. So place the hand back in on the stand. So cool. I'm super excited for the big reveal. I love a good top coat reveal. I think everybody does. I'm gonna give this a quick wipe with some acetone. I know it's a no wipe, but that just makes sure that there is no residue there. Saturate my liner brush. And I'm coming right along where I used my art ink, just to brighten up that line a little bit, not a lot. And I'm gonna let it jump around a little bit, like I'm gonna let it disconnect just a little bit. Let it trail off a little bit. I'm kind of starting it all from the same general area. A little bit more up top, just a little. Okay, I love the way that is. So I'm going to leave it alone and put it in the light and cure it, and we will be back for a top coat reveal. We are back for a top coat reveal. I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so finished product. If we can focus. Oh, I love it. I adore it. And I think you could really do this with any color as well. Love it. So if you're new here on my channel, thanks for showing up. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you so much for coming back. If you haven't liked the video yet, please do so. And if you'd like to share the video, that would be cool as well.